He served his time and was supposed to be transferred from Elayn Hunt Correctional to a mental health facility in Baton Rouge. But 27-year-old Treylin Deville never made it. He was found, get this, more than 70 miles away in Ville Platte. Bess Casserly in the WBRZ investigative unit with new information on how he got there and how he died.
Michael, Treylin's family says since his death in July, they haven't heard anything from the Department of Corrections about how he was erroneously released to a bus stop instead of a group home that could facilitate his mental health needs. Cause of death, heat exposure. Manner of death, accident. That's the forensic pathologist's official findings on how a recently released Elayn Hunt inmate, Treylin Deville, died back in July. The autopsy report says he had no drugs in his system other than the medication he was prescribed for his mental health condition. His body temperature was elevated and he was dehydrated.
It was a bit of a shock, but it wasn't, because I had a feeling that he walked, but this just kind of brought everything together.
Treylin's cousin Morgan, who was facilitating his release with DOC, says her suspicion all along was that he walked to where he thought his home was after getting off the bus from Baton Rouge.
He probably walked from Lafayette, from the bus station.
If true, that means Treylin walked more than 40 miles from the bus station in Lafayette to the road in Ville Platte where he was found.
He was just trying to get home.
Treylin was found unresponsive on Prudhomme Road, nearby to where he lived before he went to prison. He was brought to the hospital where he died. In this official police response timeline obtained by the investigative unit, it says that Treylin, referred to as the subject, stopped at a house and asked for water. About 10 minutes later, the log says the male subject was stripping off his clothes.
That really broke my heart because he was literally dying of dehydration.
The autopsy report notes, though it was only 88 degrees at the time Treylin was found, the high humidity combined with his dehydration could have been a deadly combination.
Nobody was notified. Nobody knew that he was out. Nobody knew that he was at the bus station. Somebody would have been there for him. We could have arranged something. I would have stopped everything that I was doing to make sure that he was home and safe.
Morgan and the rest of Treylin's family were told that he was being transported from Hunt to this halfway house on Sherwood Forest in Baton Rouge. Instead, he was dropped off at the Greyhound bus station on Florida Boulevard, where he bought a bus ticket to Lafayette. He was dead less than 24 hours after his release.
I feel that somebody needs to take accountability for what was done. Y'all dropped the ball. DOC and the social worker dropped the ball. That's literally what happened. And nobody's trying to own up to their mistakes or anything.
And tonight, new emails obtained by the investigative unit show potentially where the ball was dropped in Treylin's discharge process. A woman in charge of inmate releases sent this seemingly frustrated email to Treylin's social worker saying that her department needs to be informed of a release before anything else. She adds, quote, "We don't even know where he's going." That was the day before his release. Now, DOC has not provided any information to us other than what we were able to dig up through public records requests. We were told by a source that the captain in charge of transportation was temporarily reassigned, and the person who drove Treylin and others was placed on leave. For the investigative unit, Bess Casserly, WBRZ News 2.